The San Diego Prep Insiders podcast is powered by Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Welcome to another baseball podcast. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
Christian Pedersen.
David Ring.
And Tommy Morris. No discussion, no messing around. We're going to just jump right into our top 10. We're cool with that?
Yeah, because we finally got some baseball to talk about. Last week was weird. You know, the start of the season, 1 week, we got to just do the whatever, tread water. Now we got some dingers. We got some shutouts. We got some top 10s. Let's get it rolling.
All right, Dave, your top 10. I'll let you lead off today.
All right, sounds good. First team in the top 10 for me.
We going 10 to 1 or 1 to 10?
Yeah, 10 to 1.
10 to 1,
I got
baby.
Francis Parker at number 10.
Ooh, welcome to the top 10 Lancers.
I got 3 guys on my Dave's Dinger list this week.
Okay.
So very impressive start to the season. Number 9, Poway, who's also off to a hot start. You got a couple guys really swinging a big stick. Ramona 8. They beat RB. Big game for them. Madison 7, RB 6, Helix 5, LCC 4. I'm moving Torrey Pines up to 3. I think they're a lot better than we think they are. They're going to.
Well, obviously not than we think they're, because you're putting them up there.
Than we thought they were
in
the first week. Number 3, Eastlake 2, and I'm going to leave Cathedral at 1 until they show me they're not that one team.
All righty.
All right, the official San Diego Prep Insider / Southern California Prep Insider top 10 for baseball. We got number 10, Canyon Crest, making their way in there for the first time. Number 9, Madison. 8, Poway. 7, Rancho Bernardo. 6, La Costa Canyon. 5 is Ramona. 4, Torrey Pines. 3, Helix. 2, Eastlake. And number 1, I guess unanimously we could say now, because both of us have it, is Cathedral Catholic.
I want to sort of say 1A, 1B there, because Cathedral loses a game, Eastlake ties a game, basically just indistinguishable 1 through 3, and then 4 through 8 is its other. It's kind of indistinguishable block.
Definitely.
But that's what's beautiful about baseball is you have those RB plays Cathedral early, Helix plays Eastlake early. Like they don't wait till the end of the season. No backloading of schedules here. This is you gotta do or die right off the bat of the season.
Yeah, lots of top 10 teams playing each other in these tournaments. Kind of going to beat each other up in the beginning of the year. Not everyone's healthy. Not everyone's, their timing is good. For instance, Joey McGreasy threw the other day. It was his first start of the year, right? Didn't quite throw the way he wanted to, but I have no doubt in my mind that guy's going to be that number 1. It's kind of why we got him up there.
Yeah. Joey McGreasy will be part of Top Recruit Tuesday. Be sure to check out the rest of our feed after you watch this podcast to see all that. But, McGreasy pitches. Let's talk about hitters, though, because, Dave, you're an aficionado of the long ball. For those of you that are just checking out this podcast for the first time, other sports, we'll just kind of all collectively do game balls. Baseball, we all kind of have our own philosophy. Dave does Dave's dingers every week because he celebrates the home run because he's a hitting coach. Myself, I like shutouts. I like pitching. I like defense. Tommy just likes big, flashy numbers. If you put up 19 RBIs, if you put up 19 strikeouts, if you put up 19 whatever, he'll give you some love. So let's start with Dave's dingers for the week.
All right, sounds good. Well, like I said, 3 Torrey Pines players on this list. Joey McGreasy started the season. He's got 2 home runs. Ty McGuire and Kevin Sim both have a home run. I'd say Kevin Sim is probably one of the top candidates for best bat flipper in the county.
We
got to bring that back.
His bat flip game is on point. Eric Schmelko for Helix. These guys are going to probably make it to the playoffs again. I've got 3 Parker guys on the list. That's why they're in my top 10. Jimmy Chatfield, Michael Campagna, and Sterling Hayes. We're going to see some home runs from that trio right there this year. Wouldn't be surprised if each one of those guys hits at least 5.
Let's just address something that last couple years we've seen it be Calvin Mitchell and then everybody else.
Yeah.
And it was kind of we're hungry for a little bit of a race here. Already 2 home runs from McGreasy. Torrey Pine's going to hit some huge ding. Like this will be. I have a feeling this is going to be an offensively driven power year. It's going to be a lot of fun. Rest of your game balls, Dave.
All right. Let me give one more Dave's dinger to Max Stanley at LCC. And my game balls, Dayton Dooney going off for Poway right now. I have a 3-for-4 game with 2 RBIs and a home run against Granite Hills. They beat him 6-0. Jude Luttrell.
Poway, no joke. Couple shutouts this week.
Yeah, seriously. And I wanted to mention a guy at Ramona who's on fire, Jude Luttrell. He's a sophomore. He's hitting .556 to start a cool .556 to start the season. And one more guy hitting close to that number, Jackson Belitho. He's at Scripps Ranch. He recently committed to Puget Sound. Congrats, by the way. and he's starting off at a 5:45 clip to start the year. Pretty impressive.
I like it. Tommy, let's see and hear your game balls.
Yeah, I'm going to start out with another Ramona guy. Derek, diamonds are forever with 2 home runs and a save, getting it done at the plate and on the mound. Next, we've got Cameron Bozak from Mount Miguel. 8 RBIs in 1 game against Hoover. Good game there for Cameron. Next, we've got Emilio Luna from Castle Park. 7 stolen bases so far in 3 games. He's getting on base, and he's running around. Always 76 stolen bases. And last, I've got Kobe Lopez, with a 13 strikeout outing against Sweetwater for the Imperial Tigers.
Like I said, if you get large numbers, you'll get some game balls from Tommy. Those 7 steals already. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely insane. My game balls, let's start with San Diego Academy Baseball, getting it done walk-off style, courtesy of a Sean Alvarez double to set it up for a Zach Fuller game winner. On the flip side, let's talk about, like I said, guys, I love pitching. Big part of why Canyon Crest is in our top 10 and always threatens is they have pitching. It seems to be 1 or 2 innings short, 1 or 2 starts short the last couple seasons. Maybe not this year. Brent Peluso, first career start, guys. CG shutout.
Not bad.
It's whatever.
Have
yourself a day, my man. Other game balls, Zach White from University City, 3 RBIs and getting the dub on the mound as UC shuts out Mission Bay 6-0. Like I said, I love those shutouts. Poway was a big part of that with a pair of shutouts last week. Let's give a game ball out to Foothills Christian for a 5-4 win over Mount Miguel, because we're not just open division.
No.
We like to talk about everybody. All season long, if you want us talking about your team, or you got players you want to highlight, you got clips you want to send us, it doesn't just have to be the big boys. We will talk about any and all baseball divisions 1 through 5 here in San Diego County. Finally, game ball to Rancho Bernardo. 3-1 win over a stacked Cathedral Catholic team. And I know that you can say, you know, like you said, it's early season, you get a team that's not quite in their wheelhouse, but anytime you can get a W against a team that's going to end up being nationally ranked by the end of the year, that's impressive.
Totally. Yeah, lots of leaders on that Cathedral team. We know they're going to get going. I think the only RBI they had that day was a 2020, which is good to see. I mean, they've got a lot of young guys contributing on that team, a good mix of veterans who are, like I said, are all committed. So Cathedral will pick it up for sure.
And sort of game ball, because I don't know how or what really to address about a tie, but let's just point out the fact that Grossmont tied Eastlake earlier this week. I know that has to do with light and the daylight ending, but, you know, I guess the half game ball? A gaba?
What's a crescent moon game ball.
Yeah.
The light ran out. So
a beat up ball that you find at the bottom of the BP bucket that's a little waterlogged. We'll give one of those out to Grossmont. Guys, ready to do some game predictions?
Let's do it.
Now, full disclosure, knows everything about baseball, knows most things about baseball, just completely picks blindly and has no sense for any sports whatsoever. So with that being said, let's get it going. Our first round of game picks for the week. These games coming up Thursday the 15th. Ramona at Cathedral.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't say this was going to be an easy segment, guys. I didn't say this was going to be one-sided, lopsided games. Tommy, you made the first noise, so I'll let you answer first.
Well, we'll go through this. So Ramona beat Cathedral. Rancho Bernardo beat Cathedral, correct?
Yes.
And Ramona beat Rancho Bernardo, correct?
Oh, you're using some math properties there. Do I sense that?
I'm still going to pick Cathedral. But I'm going to throw it out there. It would not be the craziest thing in the world if Ramona pulls this off. I think it will be close. I think Cathedral's awake now. I think they kind of thought we're going to run through all the San Diego teams. Last week woke them up a little bit. I'll take Cathedral.
It's interesting. These games, no one's playing on their home field. You know, most games are played at an alternate site, and so it's kind of fair game for everyone. You know, I'm going to take Cathedral. Like I said, I think they're going to start rolling. Ramona's an excellent team this year, and I have a feeling that they're going to put up some runs, so it's going to be maybe an 8-7 game, a 9-8 game, where it's kind of tight. Guys are going to hit the ball hard that day.
Let me play devil's advocate and take the flip side of that, just because I hate clean sweeps. You can never be 100% confident about a team. I will say that Cathedral's going to be in the top 3 all season long. There's no way this team will fall off, so I'll take an 8-7 in favor of Ramona. Our next game, Mar Vista at Sarah. Again, this one is on Thursday the 15th. We started with you last time, so Dave, I'll give you the first shot at this one.
I got a chance to see some of Sarah's pitchers in the offseason here, watch them throw some bullpens. The guys can throw over there a little bit, and I think that's Sarah's biggest strength, is that they're going to pitch well this year, so I'll take Sarah.
Tommy?
I would take Sarah as well. I mean, they always have pretty decent teams over there, so I will go with the Q Dogs.
I, again, am stuck with the playing devil's advocate role. I'll take Mar Vista in this one. We saw, though, a lot of growth out of Sarah last year, going into that third game in the playoffs, forcing one against Canyon Crest. Mm-hmm. They are a team that is building the major foundation pieces to be a good team for the foreseeable future. They are not a one-and-done flash-in-the-pan type high school, but on the flip side, Mar Vista is a team that you cannot get caught sleeping on. They have a little bit of offense this year that I like in this kind of a matchup. Next, we'll jump to Monday the 19th, Coronado at Olympian. I'll go first on this one because I put both of you guys on the spot. I like Coronado here. I think that they are a team that took a couple hard L's last year in the learning process. You know, we saw them 2 years ago be Division III champions. Last year, it was rebuilt. They graduated a ton of guys. They got a lot of younger guys playing time, and now I think you're going to see it all come to fruition. So I will take Coronado in that one. Dave?
Yeah, speaking of younger guys, that's exactly who stepped up for them this year. A pitcher by the name of Raiden Perry, young sophomore, really dominating this year. If he's on the mound versus Olympian, which I'm not sure, I haven't followed his,
rotations are always hard to pick up.
Each day he pitches, but I have seen that when he's pitched, he's been dominant, and so that's giving Coronado some confidence, and they've been playing good ball lately.
Christian, I apologize. I'm going to go with the clean sweep here. Like you said, lost a lot of guys a couple years ago, got everyone a chance to play last year. This will be a good year for Coronado.
Let's talk now Christian at Valhalla. Christian, the absolute antithesis of the way that I would ever build a baseball team. They have petitioned to just put a pitching machine on the mound and have Coach Mitchell just feed balls in there because they just like to hit. They just love to mash, and I mean, every year they seem to put balls all over the field at will. I'm going to take them over Valhalla again Monday the 19th. I got Christian taking this one in a landslide.
Yeah, Valhalla's struggling a little bit. They're 0-3 to start the year. Unfortunately, Christian is going to probably struggle in this game. They've lost some players due to injury. They've had to bring up some freshmen, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but they are sitting without a ton of pitchers right now. And I'm going to take Valhalla in this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tommy?
I'm going to take Christian. They always seem to have that one or two kids who can just hit the crap out of the ball, as you were saying. The same thing this year, so I'll take the Patriots.
Notice that we can say things that we can't say on TV or that we should maybe necessarily say in a high school sports show. Finally, Scripps Ranch at Santana. We'd already talked about Scripps Ranch a little bit earlier having some power. Santana, though, having a little bit of pitching. We saw them in a finals last year. I know that, this is a different Santana team necessarily. They lose a couple of their main pieces, but it's still a team that has been in the finals, has become an East County consistent powerhouse. So break this one down for me. Start with you, Dave.
Yeah, if any team could hit that pitching, it's Scripps Ranch. They've got a bunch of scrappy hitters, not a ton of guys that are going to hit for power. Like I said, they got a guy by the name of Jackson Belitho, who I gave a game ball to out earlier, who this kid runs like a 6'5", 60, can absolutely fly, hitting triples right now. I have a feeling Scripps Ranch has a shot against Santana, but I'm going to take Santana in this game.
Devil's advocate, I will take Scripps Ranch.
I'll split the difference, and I will also go with Santana. I think that this is two things. I think this is a learning, developing moment for Scripps Ranch, who we will see in that fringe for the top 10 all season long. Santana, though, like I said, I like experience, and I think that they will eke this one out. But so much of this has to do with what side of the bed you wake up on that day, how you're seeing the ball, all that. Early season baseball is just such a mystery sometimes, and you wind up with an 0-3 Valhalla that could very quickly be 3-3 and back in the driver's seat. You end up with Cathedral dropping an early season game that might be their only loss of the season, might be the sign of things to come. Who knows? All I know is that we will be back next week with more opportunities for us to either make ourselves look like freaking oracles or absolute duds. Any closing notes?
Yeah, if you want to learn how to hit dingers, come and check me out.
Where can they find you?
CanyonsideCages.com.
That was not a bad word. So closing note.
Deal. And like I said earlier, send us clips. Dave's, you've been blowing up Twitter, but at SD Prep Insider, at Mr. CPED, at Real Tommy Morris, at Coach David 4. It doesn't have to be a great clip or a relevant clip of like the game-winning run. Just send us stuff. We promise we'll share it with the county. We want to help educate everybody just how good baseball is here. Like I said, open down through D5. There is no team too important, too small, too anything for us to talk about. We need your help, though, in blowing this up and making this a big thing here in Southern California. Thank you very much for joining. I'm going to go hit Tommy with some batting practice pitches, and we'll see if we can learn from Dave how to hit some dingers.